Greetings and welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jeff O'Connell. My co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
Star Trek Wrath of Khan. Saw a lot of clips in this that were used in the next one.
Yes. Star Trek, excellent source of recyclable footage.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like this one.
I did. Surprise.
Yeah.
Trek nerds like Wrath of Khan.
I've not seen this since we saw it in Vegas at an outdoor pool on a projection screen when helicopters would often make little waves in the projection screen.
Yeah, it was all wobbly and people had funny faces. It was a good time.
I had margaritas.
Mm-hmm.
Good times.
Mm-hmm.
So, your initial thoughts of this movie?
Initial thought, wow, hot take, Wrath of Khan, good movie. This does stand in contrast to a lot of other movies we've done where it's just really into the character. You can tell, especially watching the director's cut, there's a little more conversation, and this is so much about, these characters and their perspectives and just aging and coming to terms with that. There's a changing of the guard, even on the Enterprise. It's all kids now. And so much of this show is just about the past and how you're dealing with your life and your future. And that's like the conversations we're having with Kirk and McCoy, and then the past literally comes back and starts shooting at him with Khan, and there's layers here. It's a very intelligent movie.
Yep. And if you weren't allergic to Retinox 5, you wouldn't have to wear glasses, Chris.
Yeah, shame.
Yep.
I'm delighted. Any chance to go aboard the Enterprise.
I start out in the Enterprise Bridge Simulator.
Mm-hmm.
I just love how the original crew is just like, ah!
Apparently there were some leaks while this was being made about Spock dying. And that scene at the very start where all the crew dies was put there. So people who had heard about that would be watching and be like, oh, that's what that Spock dies. Spock, okay, I see. And they'd still get you at the end.
Yeah, I guess if you're gonna kill off a major character, you should film scenes of all your characters dying.
Yeah.
Did that for Game of Thrones.
Shield's collapsing, Captain. Fire all phasers.
No power to the weapons, Captain.
We got the Kobayashi Maru.
Yes.
No win scenario. Saavik, it's just everybody's dying around her. She's like, I'm a Vulcan, but also I know this is a simulation. She should roll her eyes a few times, but
these guys.
Yeah.
It's like these are seriously decorated senior officers that are just taking time off to dick around in the simulator, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, we need the best. Uhura, could you do fake comms for us?
Yeah.
Right away, I get there. It's not the Kobayashi Maru. The signal's gone. Leave.
Yeah.
Right away. But nope. Hung around too long.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure something bad happens if you do that too.
Yeah, well, fire a torpedo and fire phasers at that torpedo and then run.
Yeah, that works so much better.
Yeah.
I don't know why everyone doesn't just do that.
Yeah, it's quick. It's efficient. Separate your saucer. Whatever it takes. Celebrate Kirk's birthday.
Yeah, more like a funeral.
Yeah. He's getting old. He just feels old, but he never should have left that bridge. A constant statement in all Star Trek.
Yeah, it is always a bad idea. And even that's his one piece of wisdom that he imparts to Picard in Generations.
Yeah.
Don't let them promote you.
You know what? I'm sure Jack and Stargate would say the same thing. Don't become a general because it's less fun.
Way lamer.
Romulan ale. Why, Bones, this is illegal.
I only use it for medicinal purposes. I got aboard a ship that brings me in a case every now and then across a neutral zone. Now, don't be a prig.
2283.
See Ceti Alpha V?
Mm-hmm. It is Ceti Alpha V.
Yeah. It got crashed into by Ceti Alpha 6.
Mm-hmm. It blew up. Planets just blow up.
Yeah.
They just do that.
6 months after, too.
Couple ammo.
Don't scan for that kind of thing, just dump them on this planet.
It was due.
Yeah.
Whatever.
How are you with remembering Chekov?
Well, yeah, because that's correct. During Space Seed, that was before Chekov had joined the show.
Yeah.
But I think we retcon that by saying that he was still on the ship, he just wasn't on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that's the traditional
I have heard that, but then I was just like, yeah, but he said he remembers his face. Did he see his face?
I mean, he definitely did, just not on camera.
Can we get a canon scene of that? Fixing it?
Hello, my name is Chekov. Hello, Chekov. My name is Khan. All right, see ya.
That is an unusual name. I will remember it.
Yeah.
What was that other canon thing I wanted? There's something that would have fixed a lot of things.
Oh, you wanted Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Undercover Klingon agent poses as Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Because everybody just keeps quoting Shakespeare but saying it's Klingon, and I was like, but it's not.
But it's funny if they keep saying it.
Couldn't you just come up with some original writing that sounds Shakespearean but is directly for your Klingons? But if not, give me this little half an hour episode.
Yeah. It's a good thing you're not in charge of Star Trek.
Yeah, I would just fix all the canonical problems.
And Shakespeare was an undercover Klingon spy.
Yeah. Perfect.
Makes sense.
That's why he was having identity problems, to be or not to be. Come on, Chris.
Okay, it was coming apart.
Yeah.
Oh, like he was so deep undercover, he didn't even know. Right?
Yeah.
Like he had the suppressed personality and shit.
He'd look in the mirror and see his Klingon self, and then he'd see himself and he'd break it.
Yeah, okay, great, cool.
Yeah.
Suffer the slings and arrows.
Yeah. Good. So you are now envisioning this episode of greatness.
This makes sense. This makes sense, and it's good.
This is USS Reliant.
Commander, we are receiving. This is Regular 1. Go ahead.
Ah, Dr. Marcus. Good. We're en route to you and should be there in 3 days.
En route? Why?
Training crew gonna go check out because Carol made a phone call. After Chekov got the earwig.
Yeah, got a bit of an earworm there.
Yeah. Khan takes the ship, the Reliant. I have a model version still not assembled of that somewhere around here. Models are hard.
I know.
Yeah. How dare you give that to me? Yeah, Carol's just like, the hell? And Dave's just like, there's a Starfleet for you.
Yeah.
Never really had a bad experience with Starfleet before, but I hate those guys.
The military, they are a quasi-military organization.
Well, they haven't had war for over 100 years. He makes a phone call, but barely gets the message through. Kirk's like, what? What are you talking about? I can't hear you. Saavik changes her hair.
Yeah.
Big news. I like how it's just
Big
like
news.
This Bones is like, should you change your hair? I hadn't noticed, even though he had brought it up.
Yeah.
Lieutenant, are you wearing your hair differently?
It's still regulation, Admiral.
Who's been holding up the damn elevator?
Thank you, sir.
She changed your hairstyle?
Hadn't noticed.
Box, like, hey, take the ship. You know, you never should have taken a promotion.
Yeah. Everyone's telling you this.
Yeah. Well, I don't have an ego. Do it. It's like, all right. I'll accept this instead of like back when I was like, hey, Q Decker, ship's mine. Good for you for getting promoted, but it's mine.
Yeah.
I'm an admiral. I can do this shit. They go out. They run into the Reliance. Alec's like, you should probably put your shields up. He's like, we don't do that.
Nah, don't tell me what to do, kid.
I like how the Reliance just like, yeah, let's just keep pretending we're friends. We're all one big happy fleet.
Bam, bam.
On target. They're locking phasers. Ray shields.
Fire!
And he wants Genesis. Because he heard the word Genesis. That's 2 movies in a row. People just want Genesis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a pretty big deal.
I guess.
And then we got Genesis 2 later.
Yeah.
Still want to know exactly what that does. Does it just Genesis harder, or is it like...
Maybe it's a version without protomatter.
Yeah, maybe. No, it's Section 31. It's probably like entirely protomatter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fire another Genesis torpedo at that planet.
What if we plugged 2 Genesis torpedoes into each other and it Genesised twice as fast?
Not to go off on a tangent, but when they were attacking the Founder's homeworld in Section 31, were they not involved in that?
Yeah.
Or was it just the Romulans and the Cardassians?
I think that was Section 31 too.
Well, why didn't they fire a Genesis torpedo at that planet in one shot? They could have killed the foundlings.
Yeah, that would work pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep Genesis torpedoing things.
Yeah. Perfect.
And if something evil arises, you just torpedo it again. You just keep torpedoing it until you get something you want.
We could go down to that planet and deal with Armis, or we could fire a torpedo and destroy that planet.
Yeah, excellent.
Let's not face our nightmares. Yeah, so Kirk uses his advanced knowledge of ships, which I really liked. And he's just like, let's get their code and input it, take their shields down and shoot them.
Their prefix code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's the same code on my luggage. That's the reset code for everything. If you just try that on just about anything, generally people are just too lazy to put in a new code.
It's either that or password.
Yeah.
Sir, our shields are dropping.
Raise them!
I can't!
Fire.
Like that the Enterprise also fired upon the bridge, because that is just smart thinking. They did it a couple times.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like,
they were not messing around.
yeah. It's like, general rule, we don't shoot your bridge, that's just mean. But we're gonna do it because you're an asshole.
But today,
Yeah.
today you've pissed me off.
They decide to beam down. They do a little code over the comms. But then said it out loud. I know Khan doesn't know what it means, but he's a smart guy.
That's the kind of thing he probably should be able to figure out. Like, he might just not know prefix codes exist. Like, how would he know that? But I think he should be able to figure out codes.
Yeah.
Especially because I think his whole crew's supposed to be augments as well.
Yeah, if they're all the ones from the Botany Bay. It's not like they took a handful of people down and had children and, yeah. I mean, some of them probably, but it's Khan sure got old.
Yeah.
He had dark hair last I saw him. Now he's gray.
Desert planets will age you.
Yeah. Where's he learning all this Shakespeare? I tell you, all I saw.
He had some books.
All I saw was Moby Dick and Paradise Lost.
He had Paradise Lost twice.
Yeah, well, good book.
Yeah.
Read it twice. 2 different versions.
I guess he could read like really fast with like one book in each hand.
One of them's the director's cut of Paradise Lost. Additional 3 pages.
Excellent.
Jim!
Beam down. I don't know if it was this or the TNG episodes, but I've always thought space stations would make good horror movies.
They do that just a touch in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Bones walks across and there's hands dangling in his face.
Yeah.
And then like Kirk's like bringing him down and he's belaying it like, by the way, I'm a rock climber and I know this technique.
Look at all these dead bodies.
Yeah. When I'm done this, I'm gonna go climb a rock. So Saavik's like, hey, Uhura, could you please stop paging us?
Yeah. Poor Uhura doesn't have very much to do. There's like 2 or 3 instances where she's just repeating the same thing over the comm for like way too long.
Yeah, I guess they kind of just disrespected her in 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They find Chekov and the other captain.
Yeah.
They're like, we were controlled by things they put in our bodies. I'm not gonna scan you and find those things.
But they're totally gone now. Don't worry about
Yes, I think I pooped it out.
it. There you go.
You've been locked in that thing since... Don't ask. They decide to check out the transporters, because there's no other place for these people to have gone, and they beamed further into the rock. And once they get down there, the other captain's just like,
Whoops.
my lord, my savior.
Yes. Your Excellency.
I have Genesis. Alright, but I want you to kill Kirk. I can't do that, but I can betray every other thing.
Yeah. I'm having difficulty with this particular
Yes.
person.
I mean-
I have killed many others.
I just killed a guy that moved, but not Kirk.
Yeah, that guy's Kirk.
Yeah.
Have you even heard of Kirk? Like, do you know who that is?
I don't even know the name of that extra that I shot.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch! Don't move, anybody! Captain?
So he shoots himself. Very honorable, I guess. I mean, you could have stunned yourself and hoped that they can get the thing out of you.
Huh.
But they don't think about that.
Chekov doesn't have to worry about that at all. That thing just, his bug just says fuck this and leaves.
He's just like, I don't like how that went for that guy. I'm not getting disintegrated.
Maybe that was actually it.
Yeah.
Maybe it knew.
They control minds. They know what they're doing.
I guess it could know minds.
I want to know how Khan knew that they were very open to suggestion.
Well,
Is there a scene when they start taking over his people and he's just like, why don't you come over here and sit on my lap? And the girl's just like, yes. She's infected. That was too easy.
They explained. They said it was getting his people, so they'd be like a couple dozen of them got hit, so you'd see what the symptoms are eventually.
Yeah, I think that Ceti Alpha series is supposed to take place on there, and we might even see that happen, which would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Too bad it's not gonna be a live action. It's gonna be like a radio show.
Man, I don't know. I have no faith in that.
It was written by the same director of this movie, Nichols Myers.
Yeah.
I would have faith. He's written some really good Trek.
Oh no, I'm sure it would be good, but I don't think it's getting made.
He knows Trek. Yeah, so Chekov cries and it comes out of his ear and Kirk shoots it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Bones is like, how can you think of food at this time? But like, how can you be starving? You just beamed down like fucking 15 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't take a snack down?
He wants to try some space fruit.
Yeah, he does. He complains to Carol, his ex-lover, mother of his child.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad we've seen David fight. He still cannot fight.
Yeah.
He had the advantage with a scalpel of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Phasers down!
Why is Carol's feeling old? And she's like, I'll make you feel young. And this did not go where I thought it was going to go, but she showed him the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Or Genesis, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And Bones is like, hey man, check this shit out.
This shit is so cool.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die for this.
Made this cake. And then when she was like, oh yeah, no, like it accelerated quickly, like our life accelerated quickly. I was like, how long ago did you do this? Because is it gonna accelerate so quickly it explodes?
Mm-hmm. Like Ceti Alpha 6.
Well, I was thinking more like the Genesis planet, but you think they...
A lot of planets exploding in these movies.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Fucking Genesis planet, Ceti Alpha 6, Praxis.
Yeah.
Exploding, a lot of exploding planets.
Well, that was a mining accident.
Yeah. Also, it was a moon, but like it's a broadly spherical solar body.
You know, Chris, planets explode all the time. Just because you're limited to one solar system and you haven't seen the others.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
It's amazing there's any planets left out there.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we're not out there to mine them and ruin them or fire torpedoes on them. Yeah. So yeah, they hang out there, and then we get to see the cleverness of Kirk. Be like, oh yeah, you're behind Saavik because I didn't let you in on the code, so I could look even more clever.
Yeah.
Like, Spock, you ready? Cool. Beams over. So we don't have any power or anything, eh?
We don't really have anything, but we can run away into this nebula.
Well, they were just circling each other. It's like, eventually they're gonna catch us.
Mm-hmm.
Tactical.
Uh-oh. She can still outrun us and outgun us.
Alright, well, let's go to the nebula, where we'll both be blind.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, is he gonna follow you in? Oh yeah, he'll follow us in.
Yeah. He's got to taunt him first.
He is obsessed. I showed him a little bit of leg, and he just wants more.
Yeah. Yeah, this is exactly it.
Probably walked in on Kirk, like back on the original series, and he just was like, had his little towel over and a shirt.
Yeah,
like,
we know that look.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And follows him in. They both go blind.
Tactical. Inoperative.
Raise the shield.
As I feared, sir. Not functional.
We know what happens there, submarine torpedo stuff.
Yeah, we get that beautiful shot of the Enterprise sort of like, coming up behind the Reliant, the Predator. Two-dimensional thinking.
Two-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a smart man. Doesn't know space.
Does not know space. He's from the 90s.
Yeah.
We didn't have space.
Is it our 90s? Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great. I love it when the future never happened.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I remember when Voyager went back to current year, because like every Star Trek series has to go back to current year, and they went back to the 90s, and it was just like they had to have some lines about the eugenics wars, because they were kind of happening behind the scenes in secret or whatever.
Wasn't it in like Australia?
Something like that. I forget exactly what they did, but oh well. Nobody expected the show to go on for like 30 years after they were writing it.
Yeah.
Torpedoes ready, sir.
Eventually, Kirk blows him up enough. Khan argues a lot with his people. They're just like, we could just take this ship. We've won. We're free. We're off that planet. There's showers.
Or we could kill Kirk.
Yeah, well, Khan went with kill Kirk.
Yeah.
Lost a lot of his opportunities of second wives. They all blew up. I wonder, like, how that relationship went. That's another reason I want this series, because, like, how was his relationship with the redhead?
Yeah.
Because she was not genetically enhanced.
No, she is the dumbest person on that entire planet.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like he is basically dating a kid from his perspective.
Yeah, I want to see how that relationship works, where it's just like constantly just like, no, this is how it works.
Yeah. I forget what her job was, but she's obviously like a well-trained professional.
Yeah.
But Khan's Khan.
Well trained. I don't know about professional.
What was she like the psychologist or something like that?
I don't remember.
What
We
her
could have
job
watched
was.
Space Seed beforehand.
We could
Who's
have.
got the time?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, professional. Come on. Somebody shows up and you're all like, ooh, fuck Starfleet.
From hell's heart, I stab at thee. For hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee.
Khan spits out some Shakespeare.
He stabbeth him from hell's heart.
Yeah.
One of my favorite kinds of stabbing.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna do it. And he decides to activate Genesis, which I guess was that little box he beamed up with.
Yeah, that was the control Genesis.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, he beamed up the little box next to it too. And boom!
Double ammo.
Yeah, good thing Spock went in to check on Scotty, who passed out from the radiation. But then he woke up.
Yep, he was fine.
Yeah, McCoy's just like, don't go in there, you'll die. He's just like, how many times have you guys told me that shit? And my Vulcan blood has totally said second heart, second kidneys, second this, inner eyelids. Like,
yeah, he's got all this stuff.
He's just like, if anybody's got a chance, it's me. But he had the Vulcan neck pinch and be like, hey, remember.
I wonder if that'll ever come up again.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Later. Bones is just like, he's not gone if we remember him, and I can't stop remembering him.
Something is wrong.
Yeah. I'm not going to mention it right now, but we'll talk about this later.
Yep.
Also, I'm going to drink the rest of that Romulan ale. I have problems. In an emotional scene, through a glass wall.
Have been and always shall be.
Yeah. Yeah. Needs of the many. Needs of the one.
Live long and prosper.
That doesn't always really get me. It's Kirk's tremble when he's doing the speech.
Yeah, when he tries to say human.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, I like that scene quite a bit.
I was just like, oh, we make fun of Shatner and the way he talks, but the guy can act when he wants to.
Yeah. I mean, as classically trained Shakespearean actor,
Yeah,
much
he
like
just,
Stewart.
You know, just never remembered his lines, so that's why he spoke in a pause. Well, I mean, he was a backup. He wasn't expecting to go on stage, so why learn the lines? That's what I was told. Yeah, planet formed. Somehow. I don't know why it chose to be a planet.
Matrix.
Sure.
Genesis.
Sure.
Science.
Yeah. Maybe I need a new series called Star Trek Canon. And we can just explain all the little details that might have been explained, but we'll do it again.
Only for it has no entertainment value at all.
No, it
does. It's just a space for me to declare things are true.
No, you kind of watch it, you're half asleep, and it's just like, oh, there's not a lot of action in this, and then it's just like, oh, I understand it all now.
I
It all
understand
makes
everything.
sense.
That's why the koala is smiling.
Just smiled at me.
Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was the most human.
Final thought, me, Chris.
Final thoughts. Fantastic piece of filmmaking. Not even just for a Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Well, Nicholas Meyer coming in and bringing a whole naval thing to it was, chef's kiss.
Yep. And he came back for 6,
which is the best one.
Honestly, probably is. People talk about 2
5.
the most. People talk about 2 the most, but I probably have to say 6 is the best.
Oh yeah, I mean it's got political stuff in it too, and it's got a little bit more campiness to it, but not levels of 5 campiness.
No,
but they're such good friends in that one. They know each other here though. There's a lot of cute little talk between each other.
Yeah, good banter.
Yeah, he's doing an inspection on the Enterprise, and it's like, oh, let's go see an engineer. You'll find it in tip-top shape. Be like, oh, that'd be a nice surprise.
My favorite is when Kirk and McCoy are leaving the bridge, and Spock says, "Jim, be careful," and Bones is like, "We will."
Yeah.
Thank you for your concern, Mr. Spock.
All right, join the party. Mr. Spock, the ship is yours.
Jim, be careful.
We will.
You and your she was supposed to be half Romulan, or when I read it, it's supposed to be a man named Wick.
She can be a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of plans for her. It's a shame that we didn't get her in the next one, Kirstie.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that we didn't get her in 6. Not that I would want to replace Kim Cattrall.
No. But it would be a bit more of a gut punch if it was a more familiar character.
Yeah.
And Kim Cattrall's character was definitely just trying to be Saavik again. It was the same idea.
Yeah, it's protege. What did we not just do the exact same take us out?
Yeah.
Well, your sentiments. It is a great movie. Go watch it. We'll see if we survive the first movie. Motion picture.
I haven't seen one in I don't know how long.
I think we're gonna have to take a break because Pike's coming up, and that's gonna be bam, bam, bam. So, and then maybe we'll get some animated shows after that.
Yeah.
So once we get a break from Star Trek again, we will hit 1.
Beautiful.
Maybe we'll make it 3 hours long, like a slow shuttle ride.
Maybe we'll just cut that in. We'll just cut a loop of the camera going around your nice little models here.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's put it on a string.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Well, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you when Pike starts.